Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you're watching this channel. Now, we all know that Miguna lately has been castigating William Samoei Ruto's government over so many things. We have done 2 videos in the past 1 week over Miguna's sentiments. All these sentiments have always been directed on William Ruto. So now on to today's analysis. Miguna is posing a very important question that one cannot overlook. So Miguna is asking, why is UDA president and Rigathi regime governing through chaos? Why is William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua governing through chaos? Miguna went to his X handle and shared a pretty disturbing tweet that was aimed at William Samoei Ruto. And Miguna is targeting what he terms chaos. You know, like the issue of strikes, the issue of fertilizers, the issue of corruption. He talks about chaos, the issue of arrest, like the case of Ukuru Yatani. So I want to take you to a tweet that Miguna has shared, where he's asking William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua, why are they governing in chaos? Before you do that, please like this video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you're a first-time viewer or regular viewer who's also subscribed. And to existing subscribers, thank you so much for supporting this channel. So Miguna went to his X handle and said the following: has someone advised them that the best way to betray those who voted for them and the country at large is cause so many controversies and so much chaos that the country would be hurting from one to the other with no breathing space to challenge anything? They should read the mathematical chaos theory. That is what Miguna told us in his X handle. Then Miguna went further to ask, do you agree that William Ruto is governing through chaos? This is a question, I think it's a general question that was posted there. Do you agree with Miguna that William Ruto is governing through chaos? Ladies and gentlemen, in this analysis, I want us to establish what that question could mean. You know, the government of William Samoei Ruto has been full of, scandals. Let's take, for example, the latest scandal of fertilizer, a scandal that had seen NCPB refund, or compensate those farmers who were sold fake fertilizer. And then someone asked a very important question: why would the government reimburse or compensate people for a mistake of the private farm? If the private farm was responsible for the distribution of fake fertilizers, why is the government being the one who is being forced to compensate? Does it mean that the government knew what was happening? Now the government feels guilty? So this is a question that was posted. I will give you a story about someone who used to work at customs. Then we will relate that story with this that the government has done. There was someone who used to work at customs, and then back then in the 1990s, there was a scandal that involved money. So this case had to be taken to court. So what happened is that this case, the moment it was in court, someone ill-advised this person that the best thing to do is to accept responsibility and say you will refund the money. So the moment he made that decision, that is the moment he was pronounced guilty, and as a result, he lost his job. He used to work for customs. So I'm looking at this move by the government because Miguna is saying that he's talking about controversies and chaos, that the government is thriving on chaos. What the government is doing regarding the fake fertilizers is trying to compensate people who are perceived to have gotten fake fertilizers. So how is the government going to know the number of people who got fake fertilizers? Because word has it that so many people have been using fake fertilizers, but some few people knew about this, but at a later stage. That is now the time when this story surfaced na ikakuwa venye iko sahi. Thriving on chaos. Also, if you look at the issue of doctor strike, this matter has taken almost 35 days, if I'm not wrong. And the doctors are still holding on to their demand. And the government is not relenting. And the government is not giving hope that they are ready to, heed to those demands that are stipulated in the CBA. So these are chaos. This issue of corruption, you know. There's the issue of edible oil. You know the issue of edible oil? The issue that involved Moses Kuria back then, until Moses Kuria had to be reshuffled to a different docket. You know, from the trade docket to the public service, you know, that Ministry of Public Service, you know, that docket. So all this were because the regime had found itself making silly blunders. Miguna talks about chaos, you know, the government thriving on chaos. Why must Rigathi Gachagua and Ruto's government thrive on chaos? That is a very, very strong question that Miguna is trying to ask the regime. Personally, I think Miguna has a point. I normally don't agree with Miguna in so many things, but for this case, I think I tend to agree with Miguna. In fact, this is like the second time I'm agreeing with Miguna, you know, the second time in a row. But Miguna's sentiments have always been destructive. Some sentiments have always been out of place. But for this case, I think Miguna is making some sense here, because it appears as if the government is thriving on controversies and chaos. Yesterday, there was a case, that is 24th of April, there was a case of Ukuru Yatan. And you know what happened about Ukuru Yatan? And that story is out there in the public domain. And the funny thing is that there was also controversy here. And that's why Miguna has surfaced and said that the government is thriving on controversy. You know, controversy after controversy, that is the only way they thrive. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you make of this statement by Miguna saying that William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua are full of controversy and chaos? Maybe they should read the book of mathematical chaos. That is the advice that Miguna is giving William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua. So based on the events that I've just listed here in this analysis, ladies and gentlemen, one can easily tell or agree with Miguna that maybe the government is intentionally creating this chaos so that they can thrive in this chaos and cause confusion and be able to do certain things. Like for example, now nobody seems to be talking about Ogola. You know, that matter has been put to rest. That matter was replaced by Ukuru Yatani's arrest that caught the attention of Azimio leaders. They were all on Ukuru Yatani's case, you know, and forgot about the debate on Francis Ogola's demise. So that's why Miguna seems to be right here by saying they thrive in chaos. Ladies and gentlemen, perhaps if you're watching this video and do not subscribe, please take 1 second and subscribe, like this video. So until you catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.